This video I'm about to show you is, for me, it is extremely interesting in so many ways. If you want to be free, folks, you got to overcome the world inside of you and outside of you. Otherwise, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. And it's going to only get worse because you will not enter into the new world within this world. There's a world inside of you. There is a world, a new world. It's completed, and all you have to do is live in it, and life will be fun. Not the the miserable fun you have, and you call misery fun. This will be like real fun. I want to show you this video. And speaking of black excellence, and this is black on black stuff. And who are you going to blame for that? Who are you going to blame? This is from Fox News. A mother and her son, and her 9-year-old son, were seriously injured during an attack by a group of children that were captured in a viral video Monday afternoon in Chicago, South Deering neighborhood. Watch this from Fox 32 News.
Well, there is outrage in South Deering tonight. A mother and child beaten on the way home from school.
The attack was caught on cell phone video and has sparked demands for immediate action.
That's right. And community members, as you mentioned, they want answers. Now, Mayor Brandon Johnson and other elected officials tonight are condemning the attack as well, calling it deeply disturbing. And we need to warn you, it is heartbreaking to watch this video. It happened yesterday, shortly after school dismissal, and we have blurred and frozen the video before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after a 33-year-old mother named Korshanda and her 9-year-old son were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. Her young daughter was also there. The terrifying incident unfolded just a couple blocks away from Orville Bright Elementary School, where the boy is a student. Korshanda says they were walking home when a group of kids began following them, then started punching and kicking the mother and son.
They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair. I'm trying to get justice for my son. I'm thankful for everybody that came out here today to support me.
Amazing. And I want to remind you, so what happened was this morning when Derek showed it to me, he showed me the actual, without the fading of the young black kids, the actual video, but he shouldn't show it here because they blur out the kid's face. And these are young black kids fighting this lady and her son. And it looked like a mob of wild animals just came together, like they all walking in the woods. And they came together and they decided to attack this other animals that was alone and helpless. And the young black kids were yelling and screaming and cursing and just literally beating this woman like they were trying to kill a hog for slaughter in December so they have some food for the rest of the winter.
Community members.
It was amazing. And let me show you part 2 of this, then I'll tell you, explain what I see about it. This is the so-called community members rally outside of the 9-year-old son's school calling for justice, and local rappers said he want to fly the mother and the son to L.A. I'm like, why? To get them beat up in L.A. too? What? Watch this from Fox 32.
Community members rallied outside the school today with the boys' parents calling for justice. Korshanda says her son has been bullied at Bright and claims the administration isn't doing enough to protect him. We have Chicago Public Schools' response, but first, a local rapper, Lil Zay Osama, is now coming forward to help. He says he wants to fly the mom and son to L.A. for dinner and Christmas shopping and has a message for other children listening.
It's just something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying?
A CPS spokesperson tells us in part, we are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies.
So, yeah, they get beat up, so bring them to L.A. for lunch and buy them some toys and make them feel good. Send them back to Chicago and they'll get beat up again. But what's interesting about this whole thing, they held this rally at the school, right? And you see these men standing around and grown adult men and women standing around, and they're calling for no justice, no peace kind of thing. And they want the government to do something about it. And it's all just a show. It just showcase personality because they know the government is not going to do anything about this. And especially the government in Chicago, this has been going on for years. Years. This is not new. And they pretend that they're caring, and it just feels good to show up and scream out, the government got to do something about this. And then the mayor sent out a press release or whatever he said, and they said how bad this is, they got to do something. And then the young rapper want to bring him to California to have lunch. It's all showcase. It's not going to solve one problem at all. It's going to only get worse. It's not going to get better. It has never gotten better. And they've been doing this for years, fighting one another and then rally and protest. We got to do something about it. And the mayor, Brandon, could care 2 cents about this. He wanted to be like this. And so does the governor and the other folks running the government in Chicago. Because if they didn't want it to be this way, it wouldn't be happening. They want it. They want you fighting. They want you relying on them, thinking that they're going to do something about it, so you can keep voting them in, and then you stay in your misery. And I can't blame the mayor and the governor and all those people because you, as an adult, as an individual, male and female, are responsible for your own life. You're responsible for your life. The problem is not outside of you, it's inside of you. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that but you. And they're relying on somebody else to fix what they think the outer situation is, and it's going to make them feel better. It's not. They are wrong. They're wrong. Those kids, according to the story, allegedly fighting, those kids are fighting because that's what they're getting at home with their parents. What you see the kids doing is what the parents do. It's the parents that when you see those kids, you're looking at their parents. And no law and no government can do anything about that. But what the government can do, bring back the police, fund the police, put the police back on the street and let them do their job. And don't call them racist and sexist and all that when they do it. Bring back bail bond and don't let these people just walk in and out of jail. That's what the government can do, but they won't. They're even fighting Donald Trump, the great white hope. Some people call him amazing. Other people call him king. Some people even call him daddy. I call him the great white hope. They don't want him to come in. He's there now trying to clean up the crime and the illegal aliens and all that stuff going on. Brandon, mayor, so-called Mayor Brandon, a black mayor now, and the Mexican, I guess the governor is Mexican. They don't want the president there doing anything about it because they don't want the problem to end. But the people are relying on the outer source. They don't care. They'll still vote these people in. And then they'll go to the Governor Pritzker. Oh, he's Jewish. What the? Why you had to tell me that part?
You said he's Mexican.
I thought he was Mexican.
He looks Italian to me, but I
Yeah,
looked
he
him up.
looked like Italian.
Yeah, typical Chicago person.
And they don't want to do anything about it. They're not going to do anything. The government is not there to make you feel good emotionally. Even Donald Trump, he's doing what he can do physically to make your physical surroundings safer. But he can't do anything about your emotional state, your mental state. And they don't want the president doing that at all. They mad at Trump and they tell the people how to fight against Trump because they don't want. Why can't you see that they want to use you? Why do you think they have kept this idea of racism around forever? Something that doesn't even exist. It's just a word. They don't want you to be free. They want you scared. They're like Satan. Satan wants you afraid. Satan, evil, wants you angry. It wants you jealous, revengeful, and all that. That's why he keeps lying to you over and over, bringing on the feeling of worry and doubt and fear and anger so he can control you. That's what these people, they have the same God you're serving, small g God, that you're serving, Satan, evil, and they want power. Do you have that clip of the so-called Mayor John reaction, Brandon?
I do.
Let's play
We're
that.
5 seconds away from the break. Though.
Okay, I'll play it when I come back. But When will you wake up and take control of your own life? Because the situation, the problem is inside of every individual. It's not outside. It is happening outside of you too, but inside of others. Why can't you see that? If you're hurting, it's because you're wrong. It's you. It's not someone else. And no law, no nothing can do anything about that. And the government is not made for that. It made to, we hired the government to protect us physically. That's not even happening anymore. 888-77-JESSE. A quick break. Back in a moment. Before I go to the calls, I want to just quickly show you, because it's Black Excellence Hour. I want to show you that these people are crying out to the government to save them. The government can't help you, and the government don't want to help you, especially the kind of government we have now. The leaders of the government are about themselves. They have the same spirit you have, which is evil, right? And they use this idea of power and status in order to keep it alive. So they need you to keep voting for them. And the only way you're going to keep voting for them is that you got to be afraid. You keep voting for Satan out of fear. You got to be vicious and angry and resentful. What a terrible way to live, huh? And then, but they're not. They want you holding your rally. They want you holding your rallies and begging them to come help. They never come. As a matter of fact, they make it even more difficult. Okay, y'all want me to come? You want us to come? We're going to defund the police. We're going to blame it on the police. We're going to blame it on so-called racism. We're going to blame it on slavery. We're going to blame it on everybody but the individual. They don't come and help you. There's no one to help you. The problem is inside of you. Overcome this situation inside of you, all the problem will disappear. They're really real. And Black people got it bad. They have a socialist mentality because for give or take 70 years or so, they've been totally relying on the government. They've been relying on their so-called Black leadership, even nutty leadership like Jasmine Cricket. They've been relying on welfare, affirmative action, reparations, and now DEI. They got it bad. That's why they voted for Mondami. They voted for Allah Arbab person to run their city because he promised them free stuff. And they think that's love. And they voted in their enemy. It's mind-blowing that in the United States of America, you vote in your enemy. And you all know that Allah Arbab people hate Christians and Jews. They think you're infidels and worthy of death, and whatever it takes to deceive you, to destroy you, they would do it. And you voted in Mondami. You voted in Talib Rashid, whatever her name is. And then you voted in Ilhan Omar. What a mess. Talk about darkness. Huh? So here is the mayor of Chicago who could care less. The mayor of Chicago mad at Trump and helping the enemy to stay in misery because he doesn't want it to get better. And the people can't see it. Watch this from Fox and his response to the attack, alleged attack by these young people on this lady and her child. Watch this.
Absolutely, just gut-wrenching. It's appalling.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is frustrated after watching this viral social media video. It's caught the attention of those out of state. A Chicago mom, 33-year-old Korshonda Hatter, and her 2 children were attacked by students in the South Deering neighborhood near Orville Bright School.
We want to make sure that those individuals who are involved in this brutal attack, that there's accountability. But there's also something very disturbing about children carrying out such a violent act. There's clearly a need for some intervention there as well.
And right now, CBS has not released any consequences the students involved may face. The mayor's office says there will be increased police presence around the school the rest of the week.
This is absolutely appalling. It will not be tolerated. This really should not be happening. This is appalling. This is horrendous. He said all the emotional words to make you think he cares. He doesn't at all. Because if he did, he could have solved these problems years ago. because they've been elected black after black after black as a black representatives, mayors and whatever, governors and everything. Brandon putting on an act, an emotional act to get an emotional response from you. He doesn't care about that. If he cared, he would already funded the police and brought them back and got rid of the no bail bond, and he would not be allowed a so-called sanctuary state for illegal aliens. It's all a game. It's a lie that's been played upon you. And these people that are out there fighting, and then these stupid men marching, oh, we shall overcome kind of thing. They're dumb too. And they're expecting the government to save them. Brandon is mad at Trump for bringing the ICE agents to try to clean up the mess. They're fighting against Trump. But yet they pretend, oh, this is horrendous. This is so appalling. Inwardly, he's thinking, right on, vote for me. He's thinking, right on, the more afraid you are, it's easier it is for you to vote for me. I got you. I'm sick of seeing these rallies. And that's all they are, just real. And everybody go home at night, and then the next day they start over again. And years go by. And that's right, this rapper want to bring them to L.A. to have lunch. You got beat up, come on, by some other black kids. Come on down to L.A. have lunch. And we'll buy you some toys and send you back to the hood. Amazing, huh? It's going to get worse. And I'm sick of black people crying slavery and Jim Crow. They're talking about something that doesn't even exist anymore. Slavery ended over 150 years ago. Think about that. And then they say, well, it's the repercussions of slavery. It's because you can't. I'll let my chair up. Adjust my chair. It's because the white people took our money, so now you got to catch up. Catch up with whom? And what black person died, it was enslaved, and it left you a lot of money anyway. If you haven't caught up with life 150 years later, you ain't going to catch up with life. You're going to still be, the black men and the women, you're still going to blame the white man. And you're going to want free stuff. What happened 150 years ago was then. It doesn't even exist anywhere but in the mind. And that's evil, keep reminding you of it. The politicians remind you because they want to keep you angry and afraid to vote for them. And Satan remind you because he want to keep you afraid. And you keep voting for evil. Why don't you wake up and take control of your own life? If not now, when? If you're hurting, it's in you. You are wrong, and no one can do anything about it. You can even take toad, whatever they draw from the frog, and drink it, and you'll be high thinking you with God, and come back and God ain't even there. You're like, what the? I think it's, what? Oh,
I think
venom?
it's toad venom.
That's what they're drinking?
Yeah, it's like these toads. Right, they're trying to protect themselves. This stuff's supposed to kill you.
What?
But you take just a little bit, and instead of dying, you get high.
The toad stuff, the venom will kill you?
Well, it's supposed to. Well, when I hear the word venom, I hear this a chemical animal secretes to protect itself and kill others.
But these people drink it according to the report, and they get high.
Right.
They space out and they see God. But anyway, another story for another day.